Good morning. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Open Forum number 4. I like not having a schedule. I felt compelled to do the last videos because I was creating something. I had a goal. Now we're just kind of out in the air again. We're just kind of talking, just throwing things out there. So this morning I get up. You're going to think I'm a conspiracy theorist now. So let's see how weird I am. I get up this morning and they're talking about wildfires in California and how it's in LA County. Anybody see that on the news this morning? I want to hear something funny. 2-3 days ago, and you can get in my playlist and look at it. I watched the news somewhere, and it was in LA, and there was a firefighter on news, like CBN or NBC, one of those. You should probably look this up. He was talking about how all the firefighters' worst nightmares is a fire in LA because they all know that with as tightly packed as it is and with as much bullshit, that if it started on fire, burn the thing all the way to the water, burn the whole city down. There'd be nothing they could do to stop them. Enough firefighters, enough resources, enough anything. LA would burn. 2 days ago, a firefighter expressed on a California fucking news station that this is their biggest fear. This morning I get up and there's now four. There was 2 when I first got up. Now there's 4 wildfires that are 0% contained. And I hope with everything in my heart that they get put out. But it's fucking weird. It's fucking weird. I don't even know why I got those 2 pieces of information in context. I don't understand why I looked at my phone and seen some shit, and 2 days later I wake up and see the result. Like cause and effect, action and equal and opposite reaction. Someone put an idea into the general populace via the news, and hopefully nobody responded. Hopefully these are actual just random wildfires. I hope so. Here's another one I think is funny. All these sex scandals. Where's the Epstein list? Where's the fucking Epstein list? How is a government that's fully funded for the people and by the people and only exists for the people and the laws that the people have agreed on, how do they get to classify fucking anything? How does the government have the right to hide things from the people when the government only exists to serve the people? How is the very definition of how we describe our society and how it's structured, how is it only structured to an extent and then fuck you? How is that working? The Diddy list, it just keeps going. All these people that are in charge have the most money, have the most political connections and power, own the most shit. They're all on these lists. And it's not like these lists are millions of people. They're thousands of people at the most. Thousands. Not millions, not hundreds of thousands, not tens of thousands. In the thousands. How is national security reliant on these few thousand people over the whole fucking populace? How does that work? How's that okay? How are we living life right now knowing that our government's involved in human trafficking? How are we allowing this? How are we allowing a body of people to control and dictate everybody else's actions and they don't even play by the same rules? How is that possible? How is there 2 sets of rules and 2 sets of laws? How come if you have enough money in your bank account, you can do anything you want to any human being and no one bats an eye? If you think I'm full of shit, look at all the third world countries. Why do politicians and shit like that, why do they always go on vacation somewhere where there's no U.S. laws? Why is international water in the boating community such a big deal? Why do we have technology that everyone says they don't have a fucking clue who made it when someone had to make it? Why? Why are these things true in the world? I don't have answers. This is just an open forum to talk about this. I don't have any answers for this at all. I have no understanding why people would allow this. Why? Because it wasn't your kid? As soon as it's your kid, you'll care, but then you'll be in the minority of people that can't do anything about it. It's selective as fuck. It's just, let's victimize that person. Let's victimize this person over here. Let's isolate that person over there. Oh no, according to this law here, you're completely in the wrong and fuck you. But meanwhile, the president will pardon his fucking son for child pornography and doing cocaine in the White House. Everybody's okay with this. This is fine. Oh, they're doing cocaine in the White House. Well, yeah, they're the drug supplier. Why wouldn't they do their own cocaine? Why wouldn't they do their own fentanyl? Why wouldn't they do their own meth? Everybody always acts like it's the criminals, but really it's the availability to commit crime. You say that it's about, needing to keep society in line, but what it really is is creating an elite group of people that are above society somehow. That all this hidden science and all this for money, that's more important than humanity. That profit is more important than humanity. The problem is if you kill off humanity or fuck it up enough, you can't make a profit off it anymore. And not a single company that makes money talks about it in this way. None of them see the end of it. None of them see a collapse of anything. As far as they're concerned, the only people negatively affected are anyone that doesn't have enough money. It doesn't matter your race, creed, religion. You know what poor people do? They look for some rich person to sponsor them, to give them money, to invest in their projects. The rich have become Robin Hood. And meanwhile, we don't even get to see when they get caught, them get punished. We all know what happens when we get caught. We're punished. You do something wrong, you do something illegal, and you get caught, you're getting punished. And the chances of you getting out of that punishment are nil. Period. And that good old Christian values and got to take care of the bad and all that, that works until you get to a level of money, or to even have that much money, people had to die. If you think anybody that has a lot of money hasn't killed somebody to do it, you're a liar. Technology requires slavery in third world countries. More people have been killed over the oil trade than anything else, including Christianity. Entire nations of people have been killed for oil rights. Hundreds of thousands of children have died so you can drive your car. You say, well, who the fuck are you? I'm the guy that stopped believing in the system. I'm the guy that stopped participating in it. I'm the guy that realized how fucked up it was and walked away from it. Yeah, it's fucking hard, but you look like a bitch knowing and continuing and trying to tell me to my face how cool or awesome or righteous or right you are. This society is built on slavery and death, and we could do better. And yeah, all that shit that happened that got us here is fucked up. But we could just pivot. We could just change it up. We could. We could make it about humanity instead of profits. That's literally the only thing you have to change in business. Okay, now you can only make 15% profit. Anything you make over that, we're putting into the homeless crisis or the food crisis or the water crisis or fucking anything else, do you still want to participate? There's not a single fucking person that wouldn't. They'd still be like, fuck yeah, give me my 15%. I'll only get 15% of that $1 billion. All right, I'm a piece of shit, but I'll take it. And you guys use the rest of that 85% of that $1 billion and you fucking did all this great shit in the world. And so it's even easier for me to make money now because you fixed a bunch of shit that was stopping me from profiting. You see how that still works perfectly? You see how commerce and business and money still flows perfectly, but it doesn't fucking ruin all of us. It doesn't leave us in a savage state of fucking just trying to survive. If you're in survival mode, you're having trauma done to you at all times. Never being able to think straight, never being able to rest, never being able to relax, never being able to just breathe. The natural state of humanity is not in motion. It's a lie. We started the 40-hour work week in the 19th century. So I'm going to go into another one for you. Healthcare. Healthcare is great. And I know you think I'm going to talk about Luigi. I don't give a fuck. The dude obviously felt the way he did about it. And guess what? It didn't change anything. So you can glorify the fact that he did some stupid thing that you would never do as a fucking coward that you are. Or you can focus on the fact that it needs to be changed and that's not the way to do it. That violence isn't the answer. What do you know? But let me tell you a little thing about fucking healthcare that you don't know, especially in America. And if you do know about it, well, congratulations, and you understand why I'm ranting about it. Let's say you need a little something at the hospital and they charge you $300,000. You got full insurance though. So they send that $300,000 insurance bill to your insurance company. And they go, now we're going to pay $20,000 of this. And now you're looking at the bill going, well, how am I going to come up with the $280,000? And then you get your bill and it's zero. Let me tell you what your taxpayer dollars do compared or with the law that currently exists in the world. So the insurance company says, hey, this is a $300,000 surgery. Insurance company or the hospital. Insurance company says, no, we're only paying $20,000. Hospital says, cool. So then they take that $280,000 write-off as a tax write-off. That's why healthcare has become privatized. And since there's a government subsidiary that will let them write that off as a tax credit, now they have $280,000 tax credit. So how many people can they get a year in there, fully insured? How much money can they get back in subsidiaries for having to write off all that money? That's why they charge you $400 for an aspirin. Because they know on the back end that 100% they'll get paid more than they were going to get paid for that aspirin. It's really simple. And then, because this is in place and they can only get a tax credit by going through the insurance company and the insurance company denying a portion of that money. If you don't have insurance, they still charge you the $300,000. But since you don't have insurance to do the little rigorori, that's a new word, right? To be able to write it off as a tax credit because you, the human being, they can't do that with. They can instead go after you in a court of law and put a lien against your assets and take your home and your money and your fucking car and everything else because they couldn't write it off as a tax write-off. And that's our healthcare system. It doesn't matter that we literally, you know, you can go to another country and they inject and they get your shoot, I shouldn't have smoked weed this morning before I started. Your gene that grows your teeth. Do you know there's a place in the world, one country, it's not under FDA approval, and you can go in there and it regrows all your teeth. Now the problem with this is it regrows all your teeth. So if you had bad teeth, you had to get braces and anything, you're gonna have to go through all that again. But they figured out how to turn it back on and make your mouth grow a whole new set of teeth. That's what I want to do someday. For now, we're gonna have to stick with dentures and getting all my teeth pulled out and whatever. But at some point, it already exists in the world that I could just have my teeth regrown in. So why isn't that in the United States? Do you know how much money? You should Google it. You should Google and see how much money is made in dentistry in the United States. And you look at the correlations of what causes such bad teeth, and a lot of it has to do with sugar, processed sugar, and glucose. And when you look at it, you realize that just because there's technology that works better doesn't mean we're going to use it. Just because someone had a good idea doesn't mean it's ever going to become a reality. Just because there's an option for you doesn't mean you actually have a fucking option. Just because it exists doesn't mean it exists for you. What if we just like gave everybody whatever they needed and they just fix their teeth? How many trillions of dollars would that take to get everybody's teeth fixed? I bet it'd be pretty cheap if they put it in a lab like they make fucking vaccines. They made this drug so it would just reenact. It's just gene therapy. I bet they could sell it to everybody, $50 a piece. Make a fucking mint off fixing everybody's teeth that grew back in. But then the industry would be dead. So science exists like this for just your teeth. Why don't you explain to me how educated you feel and what other technology exists in the world that you have no clue does? You never even heard about the teeth thing, so I told you about it. Here's another one. You go back about 26 videos, about a month ago. It's talking about we should just start a fucking cult of Ibogaine. Ibogaine kicks off the fucking thing. It makes people stop doing drugs. It kills opiate addiction immediately. Cigarettes, fucking everything. Like addiction, fuck you. Full stop. Ibogaine. In the last month, I've watched the idea of Ibogaine gain traction and hold all across, and I guarantee somebody's already out there doing it. But if it was legal, if instead of methadone clinics and instead of rehabs, if we had Ibogaine clinics and actual people that cared and didn't treat drug addicts like anything more than a broken human trying to escape their own pain, we wouldn't have a drug problem either in the world. No one would be able to make all this money off this fentanyl and shit. It wouldn't happen. So why is there a natural herb on our continent, South America, that could stop all the drug addiction? How are the drugs that are addicting us coming from the same place where the medicine to heal us comes from? So, like I said, I hope it's just a random occurrence with the fires in California. I hope it's not just like Maui. You guys already forgot about Maui, didn't you? I guarantee you the islanders that are left haven't.